So then after Bangladesh, you came to Malaysia. Tell us about your first time in Malaysia and how was it? What were your expectations? Were your expectations very different from what you saw once you were on the ground?
In Afghanistan, uh, when I got the assignment to Afghanistan, I was already given the follow-on assignment to the embassy
Mhm.
in Italy.
Oh wow.
Uh, yeah, I was going to be at the embassy in Italy,
Where in
um,
Italy? In Rome?
in Rome.
That would
Yeah,
have been a fun one.
yeah, but unfortunately, um, I came during my R&R from Afghanistan. I
Mm.
went home in December,
Mm.
uh, Christmas time frame, to I was on a 2 week vacation, and when I got home, I discovered that my wife at the time was having an affair, and
Oh,
that was devastating.
sure.
So when I came back to Afghanistan, I didn't have my head on straight, and um, I lost the follow-on to Rome until I had to kind of reacquire it again. So I got it again. But then the same guy who helped me through was a very good friend of mine until today. He came to Malaysia during one of his R&Rs from Afghanistan, and he told me that, "Hey, Snow, they got Malaysia on the books for you. You're trying to get Italy, but they're offering you Malaysia." And I was just not taking Malaysia because first of all, I didn't know where it was. Like everybody else in America, I don't know what Malaysia is. And so
Yeah.
he explained to me that, you know what, you'll be a divorcee going to Rome. Your divorce dollars will go a lot further in Malaysia than in Rome.
Especially
Your
back then.
house,
Wow. Yeah,
yeah, you're as a single man, your house will be smaller in Europe than in Malaysia. And
sure.
so he recommends I go to Malaysia. And so I said, you know what, screw it. Because I was going to Rome actually for my ex anyway.
Mm.
It was a gift to my ex to get a position in Italy, uh, and so I pulled those strings and made that work out. But uh, didn't work out. Rome didn't work out. Malaysia did, and I'm glad it did because it is the absolute speed for me.
You told me it was pretty fun back then, as especially as a single man. Oh yes.
Yeah, it was. It's a good time.
Yes, indeed. Yes, yes, yes. So what
Uh,
made you
plus, 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 I had a plus. I've already done Europe in the
oh yeah.
past a lot before that. I've never done Asia before, so
So that was your first place in Asia, first ever?
yeah. My first tour, first time in Asia was the post in the embassy in Kuala Lumpur. So it was perfect, perfect fit.
How long was your assignment in Malaysia?
4 years. Uh, 3 years. They've asked me to take over the office for the fourth year, so I took over the office before I retired.
Okay. So what made you stay in Malaysia as opposed to either going back home or going to another location?
Um, this this one little thing, this one little love of my life,
Oh yes.
Chong Paleon. No, I met my wife. I met who would become my wife a year before I retired. I met her in 2012,
Mm.
retired 2013, and just the speed, the lifestyle here, the whole feel and vibe of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia as a whole, but Kuala Lumpur in general, yes, specifically, it fits. It fits. I fit here.
The quality of lifestyle is absolutely unmatchable. I've been blessed to have lived in 11, 12 countries on 4 continents, but I've never seen anything that high quality at that cost. And then in KL, and the people are so friendly. The food, the location, the weather. For me, it ticks all the boxes, and I can guess for you as well. Especially if it's that good now in 2023, it must have been probably 10 times better back in what 2007, 8, 9, 10.
I got here in 2009,
Yeah.
and it started its upper trend by 2012, 2013. It had peaked, and I
Mm.
retired, and I started doing some other business. I was making some really good money. So
Mm.
2013 was ridiculous, but the global economy started going down at that time also.
Mm,
And then 2017 and 18, we started to feel a little rebound from economic crisis.
mm.
But still, the lifestyle here was still amazing until COVID, of course.
Yeah. So how did you get into the logistic business? Was it something that you were led to, or something by accident, or you had your eyes on it before retiring?
Um, no, this uh, I've done aviation operations and logistics, my entire career, military. I fine-tuned that business in Afghanistan, getting assets, people, equipment in and out of theater. Um, and when I retired here, a previous company, they approached me. Um, Payment, they did the thing right out of the storybooks. I took you to Marines on 57 before. On the top of Marines on 57, uh, the CEO sat across the desk from me. He gave me a pen, one of the Marines napkins, and said basically, we want you to work for us. Write your number down. Give me your figure. I wrote my number down, my figure, handed it back over to him. He looked at it. Welcome to the name of the company.
What was the position he offered you?
Logistics.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I thought he was offering me the job that I eventually ended up doing, but I was offered a position in these three other companies to get after the maritime logistics contract. And maritime logistics is not something I enjoy doing, and is also a big organization who's already had that contract. So I was not trying to compete with those guys. So I told those guys no. And I thought I was being hired for the land-based and aviation-based logistics pieces for this other company. When I accepted the position, I told the then partner he can work on other stuff with the boss and I can take over what he's doing. He looked at me like I was crazy. And the boss says, "Oh, no. I don't want you for that job. I want you to build my maritime logistics footprint."
Wow.
It's like, dude, I just turned that job down by three other companies. But he made it's a big offer.
You made an offer you couldn't refuse, eh?
So I went to do that job, but while I was building the footprint, there was a huge Navy scandal here in this country. They in fact, you Google Fat Leonard, U.S. Navy scandal. He stole $200 million from the U.S. Navy over some time, and at that point, all ships stopped coming here. So I ended up doing the head of state logistics, which is what I became known for, working with President Obama Fleet Group, Secret Service, U.S. Marshals, working for the other embassies, Prince Charles and Camille when they came, those type of things.
So what exactly were you doing for this head of states when they were coming?
Oh, you can imagine they require lots of logistical support, anywhere from numbers of vehicles, hotel accommodations, route planning, stage buildings, audio video equipment. Whatever the requirement is coming in country. I did a job for Google Summit, getting their teams around and setting their operations up in the Twin Towers, KLCC. We had clients from the Singapore International Math Competition Center, like the Math and Science Olympiad, 19 countries, 2,000 people, moving them about logistically. Yeah, that's my specialty. I don't get excited about that anymore. If a job comes up to do that, I will do it. But the focus now is just mainly on giving back to the society.
Yeah. Given your experience, your contacts, were you at any time approached by the Malaysian government or Malaysian military to work with them, for them?
Wasn't approached by them. I was approached by the embassies.
Okay.
whenever a foreign government comes to do business with the Malaysian military, they go through their respective embassy. The embassies reach out to service providers like myself to help support them provide logistics. I tell my clients I provide them stuff to shoot at, stuff to blow up. You know, one of the requirements was for a vessel,
Yeah.
and because I know the background and the mission, I said, listen, I asked the client, are you gonna scuttle this vessel? Yeah, we're gonna take it out to sea. We're gonna run our approaches on it. We're gonna infiltrate it. Then we're gonna set the devices. We're gonna exfil it. We're gonna detonate. They've asked me for some organizations ask me for vehicles, and they tell me how much the budget is for a vehicle. And so I know based on the budget price, I said, wait a minute, you guys gonna shoot at this car? Yeah, we're gonna shoot it. Okay, so you can't have these cars. You have to have some of the cars that we can get rid of. So yeah, stuff for foreign militaries doing business here. We provide those logistical footprints.
Okay.